Hello, I am Caleb from Caleb's Balloon Animals, and today I am not showing how to make any balloon creations whatsoever. I need to. I haven't been good at making them recently, but I'll get back to that eventually. Hopefully here in the next couple weeks I'll start rolling out videos again. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about markers on balloons. What kind of markers should you use, what kind of markers shouldn't you use, what's good, what doesn't work. Alright, so for demonstration purposes, today I'm going to use white 350s. Alright, going to inflate them some. I don't need a lot. Okay, I'm going to inflate a few of these because I want to be able to show you guys a couple things. Alright, I think I have 4 types of markers I want to show. 5. I need to inflate 5 of these. 4. One more. Alright. So now I have 5 350s all inflated, doesn't really matter how much. So we can see they've all been inflated. I'm going to put 4 of these down and begin with the most common marker I see people using on balloons, the Sharpie marker. Okay? Things that are good and things that are bad about Sharpie markers. They're fast. Okay, we can draw on balloons really fast. It's dry. I can hand it off to the kid. I like that about Sharpies. Okay? You write it down, blow on it, and it's dry, nothing on my hands. You're done. Fast. Woohoo! So, good things about that, it says sharp. Okay? Things that are good about that, it's fast. You can do artwork at the end of the creation. Alright, so it's a Sharpie marker. Next type of marker, my personal favorite, is the Expo dry erase marker. Does it have to be Expo brand? No, all dry erase markers are basically the same. I just happen to use Expos. Okay? And now we draw. This is a dry erase marker. Now what I notice about my Expo marker, as opposed to a Sharpie marker, is that the line is bigger and tends to be a little bit darker. Negative thing is, it's still wet. It does not dry as fast. Ways to get around this is normally with a Sharpie, we do it all at the very end, all piled together really fast, right? With dry erase markers, we cannot do that. We need to make our head part that's going to have all the artwork on it. Draw that on there, then finish the rest of the body, so that by the time it's finished, it's dry and the kid can have it. By now, it should be dry. Yeah, now it's dry. But it takes it about 30 seconds to dry. So if you have artwork, it needs to be things that are big. Keep a Sharpie with you, you can use it. But for reasons that we're going to see in a little bit, you should not use Sharpies. Alright? Next type of marker is actually a paint pen. To do a paint pen on a white paint pen is not going to work, so give me a second, I'll get it black. Well, need to reload my apron. Hold on. We'll use a 260 for the paint pen, because I don't have any black 360s in my apron. It's over my box of new balloons I need to get out and stock everything up again. Anyways. Alright, black 260. White paint pen. Things about paint pens, gotta shake them up. The marker's lid's not coming off. Shows how often I use these. Okay. And then with this, I'm going to write paint. Okay. I always stick my markers somewhere on my face. Paint pen's too big to stick in the ear, but fits in my nose. Anyways, it says paint. Alright. Takes even longer than the dry erase marker. These take about 45 seconds to dry. Do not try to rush this process and do it real fast and hand it to the kid. That will not work. Again, do this, finish the creation, then give it to the kid later, okay? Other markers are things I have not personally tested, ever. So I got my next balloon. Washable marker. I can't imagine that working out too good. Reason number one, this is a water-based marker. As we can see, it comes out spotty. Can we possibly go back over it again and make it better? Not really. No. Okay, washable markers, bad idea. Seems like they would be. I would not try them, but now, got it. I don't know how long this is going to take to dry, so I'm set it aside into the next one. The next type of marker you might try, again, never tried this one either. We're going to try it together. It's a highlighter. Yellow highlighter. Can't see that real great. Let me get a darker colored balloon here. And try it on one of those. Let's use blue balloon. Okay. Let's see if this shows up. I really don't know. Never used highlighter. Alright, can't see it on any balloon really very well. Who would expect to? It's not worth it. I was going to try to pop it with this, but there. Okay. Highlighter, bad idea. Washable marker, bad idea. But we're going to get back to looking at what these do when they pop. Washable marker rubs off. That really had long enough. It should have set up if it was ever going to. From this, I conclude washable marker will not set up on a latex balloon. Bad idea to use those before it popped even. It came off. That's a no-go. Alright. Now we got a paint pen. It's dry. Alright. Mostly. A little bit wet still. So you see how long it's been? Still wet. I don't use them very often because of that. But let's break off the end of this. Maybe. I just want to let the air out. Okay. Now let's see. Watch what happens to this paint. Where I wrote that at. Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw that in the video, but there's white powdery stuff that's coming off of this and now wiping off onto my finger. Very nasty stuff. If that gets wet, it will reset up and get into their clothes. White paint pens, not the best thing for balloons. Now on to Sharpie. It says sharp. Again, we want to let the air out. Let's watch what happens, okay? For this, I really like to have something white. I'll be right back. For something white. A sock. Okay, it's white. But on the Sharpie here, let's see what it does. It looks like it stayed on, right? We can still read that, but it wipes off really easily, leaving a dark spot on the sock, smearing this, and getting into whatever type of clothes the person who pops this and then touches this part is wearing. So, when we reinflate this, it is faded, and it's faded because most of that color is now on the sock. Bad idea. Okay? And then finally, markers I use. Expo dry erase markers. I forgot one. Hold on. I never use this marker. This is a American Crafts metallic marker. If you want to write something metallic, I have not actually done this test on these. These just came in with my last order of balloons. So, we're going to see how well they work. It says metal. Alright, back to the dry erase. Okay, I'm going to break this off. Now feel this. It does not smear, it stays in place. Nothing comes off on my finger, it stays perfectly there. When this pops with a little kid in their hand, wipes it on their clothes, the clothes do not get black, this stays in place. If you were to reinflate it, which, you know, I used to make a Buzz Lightyear. Alright, so see, it does kind of get spotchy, but not because it comes off. The same thing happens if you inflate a, like say, a 5-inch eyeball and then uninflate it and inflate it again, it gets the same kind of splotchy pattern. Not very good. But it does not wipe off. Okay, things that's useful for, dry erase markers are used for nothing anymore, really. I used to use it to draw on blush balloons inside to make an astronaut. I typically use a mustache print now. Or you could use a smiley print or a blush face print or whatever print you want. Or Superman prints, but before I was using prints, I used to draw my faces on, but I don't anymore. Okay? Now, metallic marker, it wasn't dry yet. Well, now it's dry, and smeared onto my finger a little bit, but it's pretty much dry now, so we're going to see what it does once it's popped. On a different hand, of course. Okay, so it's dry. And does it smear? Yes, it does. So, metallic marker is a no-go. Alright, so now you're probably seeing this thinking, well, how much do expos cost? Well, that's up to you and your locality to figure out. Where I buy my expos, I buy black separately because I use them more. But when I need more than just black, I go in and buy a variety pack. And I get all these colors, plus a blue, which is somewhere else. I couldn't find it, I don't use it really ever. These are the markers I use the most. This is the variety I have. I do carry the paint pen, because it does not stain clothes unless you get it wet to try to get it out. You should just brush it off. After it's dry, it will stain if you paint initially, but that's if you get wet paint on it, that's your fault because you're literally putting paint on the clothes. But if it's dry and you get the powdery stuff on you after it pops, brush it off. Do not get it wet. Ruined one of these, threw it in the wash with a little bit of the powdery stuff on it. Well, not ruined, I got it out eventually, but almost ruined it. Alright, so this is pretty simple. This is all the markers I carry, which is a lot, really, when you think about it. Okay? I honestly use black and red the most, because when I'm making dinosaurs, I use red. So as far as order of doing artwork on your balloons, that kinda is up to you. Alright, so let's say I'm going to make a dinosaur head, which needs 350 and a red 350 of whatever color, and a 260 white. And we inflate the head. And we make a double ear twist right here at the beginning. Talking to the kids, asking them questions about dinosaurs. That was a 360 and it has a hole. Alright. Anyways, don't just throw it away. I'm just really mad because I put 360 reds back in my bag. I still had some of. Anyways. Okay. Double ear twist. Make his head. Well, he's not very scary. He needs some teeth and eyes, right? So we take this and go. Alright. Now we wrap this on around. And it's just one eye. 2 eyes. Okay. Now we puts a whole bunch of tiny bubbles, because guess what? Dinosaurs have teeth. Teeth are like this. And dinosaurs that look like that are not scary. So we can give him some teeth. Teeth. Sorry, I had a little stuttering problem. Wrap that around here. Now that kind of looks like a dinosaur head, doesn't it? I think something's wrong. Ah, that's not supposed to be there. Yeah! Balloons are super hard to break. But don't put them on the grass. Grass is really good at breaking balloons. I don't know how it practices so much, but I think it's awesome. Then we can take our marker and go. Ah, scary! And then we continue. And by the time I finish this dinosaur, right, we're gonna add arms, all that stuff, right? We're all familiar. But by the time I've got the rest of them done, and next I have to make legs and all this, right? You get the point. By the time I've made the legs and everything, he's done enough that it's been long enough since I did the artwork that it is dry and not a problem. If I were to say finish the dog, or dinosaur, or whatever it is, finish him, then add the artwork at the very last minute, I'm going to have to hold the balloon for 30 to 40 seconds for that art to dry. Sharpie again, 5 seconds, tops, it's done, you can hand it to the kid. But when it pops, it will be wet. Dry erase marker, you do it all, hold it, or finish the balloon. Hand it to the kid, it is completely dry, and you do not have to worry about this. Now, why is this such a big deal to me? Before I started doing balloons at parties and stuff a lot, I used to do a lot of church events, which is actually where I got started in the ballooning world, I guess, is what I'm going to call it. So, Sunday morning, church, children's church, whatever, kids event on the weekend that kids go to the churches, so forth and so on. You get the idea. You do a balloon creation. Even something as simple as a butterfly, which is what really it was when I had a problem. Draw a little smiley face on the butterfly with some eyes and, you know, little cute, little heart. And kid takes it, goes away. I'm finished, I'm packing up. I hear a pop. Parents go, oh! I hear that. That's making me think, well, what could have possibly happened, balloon pop? What's so bad? Parents come at me and basically yell at me, saying I ruined their child's dress. I ruined her dress. I ruined her dress. What happened? When the balloon popped, she held it up against her and got black all over this part of her dress. Yeah. Not a great day for me. Okay. From that day forth, I began searching for something besides Sharpies. For about 2 months, I did not use anything. Somebody told me expos worked. I've switched to them. Never had a problem again. I've had kids pop balloons and rub it up against their clothes. Not had a problem. I've been where other twisters were at using Sharpies and they've had the same problem that I had that one time. And I was able to let them know expos do not have the issue. Okay? So, for me, that was a very traumatic experience. Like the 6th or 7th time I ever did balloons for anybody. And I knew how to make like 5 things. Yeah. So, for me, it's kind of a big deal when I see people use Sharpies. I'm just kind of like, apparently they've never had any bad experience with that, well, so they would know better. Now, you know, you've been warned. Alright, so I'm Caleb from Caleb's Balloon Animals. This video I see is kind of long, and I've been ranting a lot, but that's okay. You choose to make it through the video. Thanks for watching. Right. I used to make these every week from like September until sometime in mid-March, when spring break happened and I had papers due and I just ran out of time to make videos in addition to doing parties and such. I'm going to try to get back into making more videos. Alright? Peace.